So, I feel like I haven't been very mentally present in my own freelance journey lately. So, I'm not really sure what update I want to share, or even if I have any updates to share. For a little while, I was extremely busy, which is great, but I wasn't really making space to kind of reflect on where I was. And I was mostly just kind of going through the motions. And then suddenly, in the last couple of weeks, work has slowed down quite a bit. And I don't really know what to do with myself, or rather, like, I'm not finding any motivation to do anything with myself. So I'm trying to build all of that. So I'm trying to build all of that back up, and in the meantime, actually go back and take some time to reflect, and hopefully we'll have some fun things to share specifically about my photography coming up. But on a completely unrelated note, there was something that was on my mind a couple of months ago, and it is something that I would like to reflect upon out loud, so if you guys would humor me. It's actually about an experience that I had way before becoming a photographer. It was an interaction that I had when I was fresh out of college and starting my first career. And the backstory is basically that while I was in college, I had been working as an assistant manager for a retailer. And once I graduated from school, I had the opportunity to interview for an administrative position with that company. So I jumped on that chance and was fortunate enough to land that job, which was one of the proudest moments of my life. And after I had started working at the corporate office, I realized that there was actually a training program to become a business analyst, which would have helped me basically find more growth opportunities within the company. And so when I realized that, I had that opportunity, I mean, I feel like I work hard anyways, right? But I started really working my butt off and taking on extra projects, trying to learn as much as I possibly could so that I could excel and move on as quickly as possible. And so as I was trying to work toward my next milestone, I was supporting two amazing teams that helped me learn a ton and were constantly singing my praises to upper management. And with their help, I was able to get accepted into that business analyst training program in less than a year. And so I know at this point it just kind of sounds like I'm bragging about myself, but I feel like you needed to hear the setup to kind of understand how impactful the next part was for me. So once I had made it into the program, I of course thanked everyone on my teams for their support and their guidance. And there was one person in particular that I remember saying thank you to. And the response to me was basically, you would have made it with or without me. And I was so confused. This person was probably my biggest cheerleader at the time, and was maybe one of two people that had invested the most time and effort into me and my success. And here they were taking absolutely no credit for my success. And at that age, I appreciated them so much, but definitely felt like that was a very weird answer. I had literally never had anyone respond to me in that way before, and I didn't quite know what to make of it. But now, just years later, I think about that interaction a lot, and more so in the last few months, I feel. And am only kind of now realizing how empowering it was and how kind and humble that mentor was to me, to be able to say that to me. Because when I think about it now, she kind of made me realize that even if I hadn't known her, she believed that I had what it took to put in the work, to use my resources, to make the right connections that were going to get me where I wanted to go. And now when I think about it, I'm just so grateful for all of that. And I feel like when I reflect on it now, that interaction has given me two takeaways. First of all, you never know how your words and actions are going to stick with people, because that interaction for me was just years and years ago, and I will probably never forget it. And the second thing is that I hope that I can be for other people what she was for me. If I can ever help anybody, like, let me help, but I definitely would want them to know that they already had it in them. But yeah, that's it.